Hey everybody, thanks for listening. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We can't wait to bring you more adventures. Join the party. Across our universe, a special significance is often bestowed upon the third planet from a star. Earth, Kepler 186, and Centauri Prom to name a few. In the Pathfinder universe, another third planet exists, the world of Golarion.
Golarion is a striking blue and green jewel against the backdrop of the void. Clouds of white and grey dance across its atmosphere, forming ever-changing patterns over the continents. Vibrant blue oceans reflect the golden sunlight, while its lush green landmasses are marked by vast forests, rolling hills, and towering mountain ranges.
Golarion is a world of contrast and complexity, from ancient ruins that hold undead civilizations to vibrant, multicultural cities of the living. Golarion is a place of magic and mysteries, where legends come to life, and a captivating narrative of cultures, ancestries, and histories weave an incredible tapestry.
Join us in the heart of the Pathfinder universe, a hub of magic and myth, where ancient gods and fabled creatures shape its destiny. Join us for tales of long-lost treasures, nefarious villains, and heroic alliances that will shape the fate of the world and become known as the Wayfinder Legends.
So, across town, in Caden's Keg, which is the name of a very nice tavern, well kept, got a big silver mug over in one corner there in the room, in reference to Caden, the ex-Grey Guard. We have Plame. He comes wandering in, blood trickling down the side of him, plops down next to Glim, and he pours them both a nice big drink.
So, Plame, he just kind of starts chatting with Glim, asking, he had mentioned when I first sat down, talking about some of his ventures up in the hills, I think he said, and not
Right? Yeah.
Yeah. So he's kind of curious and asks, just kind of swap tales for a while.
I've been an adventurer myself a time or two. You know, you notice as he's scratching his beard, he's missing half an ear. You know. So, yeah, you see some things like that. Me and a couple of my best friends there, we were up in the mountains. It was the Goblin Blood Wars. Nothing personal. We were scouting for this Gary army. We'd taken pay there, mercenaries. We were jumped. They were all around us. 150 of them.
Plame gets up and grabs his tankard and walks, oh, keep going. And he fills up both of them, and he leaves the silver on the bar and comes back down and starts drinking some more.
How do you think, you lad? It was a rough adventure. I tell you, arrows were falling out of the sky like rain. They were everywhere. And tried to fight them off, but there were just too many. They kept pushing us back to hit us from the left and then from the right flank. And whenever we think we had them pinned down, they'd pop up somewhere else.
You see Plame, he's finishing this drink, and maybe partly because of the blood loss and the wounding and some of the drinks, but you see him kind of slowly nod off, and he lays his head down on the bar. And then he wakes up, and it's in a camp in late morning, not quite afternoon yet, and he hears a voice call out to him. It says, Plame, come and take this bucket and go get some water. And Plame's like, yes, mama. And you see him run over and he grabs the bucket. He's very short. He's like a foot tall. The bucket's almost bigger than he. But he goes trotting off down toward the little stream that's by their camp. And you see, he stops and he looks, and he sees a commotion coming out of the forest, and it's a troop of hobgoblins in formation, marching, big ones. So he stops and he drops the bucket and cuddles back down and ducks in his tent and he's kind of watching. And you see the older goblins come out and they meet the hobgoblins, and there's some discussion back and forth that he can't really hear. And then there's a village elder. He's probably 30. He comes out of his tent and goes over to the little throng, and he starts arguing with the biggest hobgoblin that's at the front. And there's some arguments back and forth about something. And then you just see the hobgoblin take the sword out and just lop the guy's head off. After that, there wasn't much argument among the rest of them.
No.
They all kind of went back and started packing up camp, and they all got together, and we all marched off to a different, almost like a fort, like a stockade, where the hobgoblins lived. And all the little ones were separated, and there's a run stage that comes up, and he starts yelling goblin, saying, "You scummy maggots, we're going to make warriors out of you whether you like it or not." And so then you see some flash forward, and it's just brutal frame. These barely 1-2 years old little goblins. You see the trainer, the quote-unquote trainer, a whip. Every once in a while, if he feels you're not doing hard enough work to keep you moving, he'll keep you motivated. And you see a blur that comes on, and now the goblin's a little bit taller, a little bit beefier, the little one Plame, and suddenly there's a horn blast.
Knights came out of the woods and fell into formation, their horses lined up to either side of a single elf in long, flowing robes. He wore a horned helmet like them, but unlike him, they all have these breastplates with demon faces scratched into the surface, and carrying lances, halberds, two-handed sword, and this
Group of armored knights come charging out of the forest but stop. You see there's a big commotion around the camp. Everybody's running back, and you see the hobgoblins start really grabbing the adult goblins and getting them in formation and having, basically shoving them out through the front gate. And you see them all up there, their spheres, basically acting pretty like a formation, but it's very loose. And then 1 or 2 hobgoblins stay with them, and the rest of them book it.
of course.
Yep. So they don't want to even deal with this. So the hobgoblins take it out the back gate and scatter, including the runt sage. The knights just come barreling into this formation and just mows them down. So absolutely overmatched. These knights, they were
Just crushing them. Left.
yeah, they had some power with them. There's confusion and screaming. You see Plame manages to smash the lock in the paddock where the kids have been held and trained, and they all scatter. Plame scatters, manages to get away. So Plame just climb up in a tree, and he's able to hide in this little bundle of weeds and leaves and stuff, and he has to wash. So finally night falls. The knights have left. Plame slowly creeps back into camp, but if there are any survivors, they were taken prisoner. So there's no one left alive.
So there's would have left survivors.
Flash forward, and he's been wandering for a while, and he stumbles across the circus, where he meets Isadora, who takes pity on this little goblin. Put noose high, maybe with the top, starved, scars on his back. She takes him in, and he builds a new life in the circus. And you flash forward again, and even many years later, he still at times has nightmares about being in that paddock with the gate chained shut.
And you see, walking across the field, still in that hobgoblin fort, you see a lone man, a Taldrin human, in kind of old, scarred-up leather armor, the rapier on his belt, hanging next to a big silver tankard. And he walks over, and he turns and looks right at you, and kneels down. It says, "Little goblin, not all chains are on your body." And he reaches out and touches them, and begins to pull the chains, and you see the metal like it's stretching and just bending under his pull. And he looks up and says, "But you have to help me."
So Plame will reach up and also grab the chain and pull.
And the link stretches and snaps.
When that chain snaps, Plame sits straight up, back in the pattern. And he's confused, but he's just oddly feels better. Not sure exactly what feels better, but there's definitely a something. And he looks over at the dwarf, and
The dwarf kind of looks you up and down and hoists his tankard. Says, I think you've had a good drink from the good draught, sir.
Plame will raise his tankard and say, yes, I believe I have. They clink.
You toast, you feel a lot better. I mean, like a lot more, like 8 hit points worth.
No. I like. So Plame decides he's going to get up, and he thanks Glim, and he goes back down and starts back down toward the bookseller to see if he can find Fawin and Boddy.
All right.
Yes, Fawin had just found the book of elven deities and was looking through it and had found this entry on Alceta, a goddess of portals?
Of transition, of moving from one state to another, or one place to another.
Yeah.
So she gets invoked in portals because you go from inside to outside or room to room.
Yep.
But she also gets invoked in things like marriages, births, deaths, anytime there's a change in state. So,
Yeah. Boddy, Alceta's not a noble, it's a goddess.
Right. So this ring is some kind of religious relic?
Yes. They're not looking for a signet ring per se. But as you said, a religious iconography or maybe even an item of some type.
It's not a real ring, like a symbol of some kind?
I'm beginning to think it's not a real ring, like as you put on your finger. It's something else.
Did the halfling know that?
He talked like it was treasure.
But maybe... So he either knows it's not a ring you wear, or he doesn't know it's not a ring you wear.
Yeah, I don't think that he knows.
Well, then let's get to the bottom of it. But first, I need to stop and get some nails for Stagrim.
Some nails?
Yeah. Well, let's check on the halfling first. But don't let me forget the nails.
There you go.
So we go to the jail where the halfling is at to make sure that he's safe and secure and that Voz is not coming either killed or bribed every guard in sight.
all right. So you guys are taken to the small jail there that's behind the town hall. On one side is the archive, and then next to it is a small building with a wall around it. The gate is Jan Donson standing there with his mace in hand.
Excellent.
He, salutes Captain Lavender, lets you guys in. And there's only about, maybe 4 or 5 jail cells. It's a pretty small building. It's not a big town, The halfling is in the back cell, the one with no window. He's just sitting on a little cot, staring at you with his arms crossed, saying, I ain't saying nothing. I didn't say nothing, ain't gonna say nothing.
But he's still there. He's safe. Everyone's unharmed.
Yeah. There's a guard outside it, like in the little passageway. There's a guard there. Mm-hmm. And then there's a couple guards in the little guard room outside the cells. And then you had, of course, Janssen at the front door.
Boddy looks around, sees everybody safe, and he nods at Fawin. Let's see what this halfling knows.
Yeah.
So he goes up to the halfling and says, Oi, your lady friend left town without you.
Ain't no friend of mine. She can jump in the abyss for all I care. She can crawl in the whirlwind.
Well, I think that's what she's going to intend for you.
She's gone, so I'm not scared of her.
Yeah, but I think she's set you up for the fall. I think she's expecting you to take all of the punishment.
But what? I didn't do nothing. Just reading a scroll. That's all I was doing.
But she put you up to it.
She didn't put me up to nothing. I'm my own man. I do what I want.
Fawin realizes with her wisdom score she may have been misled upon the intentions of this particular halfling.
Boddy says, she didn't fire you, did she?
Nah. She didn't fire me. I left my own accord. She didn't even see me. I was in and out of her room like a shadow. Bet she didn't even know them potions were gone. Stupid tallies. You guys wouldn't find your noses on the front of your faces.
When did you decide to double-cross her?
When? Well, I found out she found out some kind of magic ring up on that hill. I was going to buy my way out. Be a free man. That's what I was going to do.
What was the plan before that?
I might have been just working the business.
What business is that?
Buying things, selling things, finding things, selling those too.
Did she ever trade in secrets? Were you ever bringing those to her?
Secrets. Ain't nothing secret in this town. She knew all of them. Yep, she talked to everybody. Well, she didn't do no talking. She could get you to talking. I think there's some witchcraft in her.
Yeah, she obviously knows more than she's letting know.
Yeah, always hanging around weird places, talking to that crazy lady who lives with the dead people. Ain't nothing right with her.
Crazy lady?
Yeah, the one down at the mortuary.
Oh, MV.
Yeah, that's her. Something I don't remember. You tall folk all look alike to me.
What'd they talk about?
Oh, they talked about everybody. Who's doing what, why they're doing it, what it'd take to make them want to do this, do that, you know. Talk. Morta, that was her name, right, Morta.
Fawin glances at the... Is Captain Lavender here with us? Is he in the room?
Yeah, he's just standing in the back. He's taking this in.
Fawin glances over at Captain Lavender. Does he appear to be taking any notes or making any connections at all?
No, you see his face kind of scrunch up a bit when he said to get people to do things. He's like, what sort of things? And Haven's like, oh, I don't know. I kept talking about the council this and the council that, and who votes what, and who counts what. I don't know. I don't care about that. I got my own business.
Boddy looks at him and says, what's your business got to do with them goblins?
Goblins? Oh, well, I saw in her little book that magic ring was downstairs, Hell 9 Hill. Down under the keep. Said there's a wing down there that put the dead. Maybe that's why she keeps talking to that crazy mortar lady. You know, get inside their head. Yeah. Them goblins wouldn't tell me how to get down. Couldn't find no stairs. I turned that place upside down and inside out. All I could find was a pile of rubble with a lizard in it. Wouldn't tell me how to get down. Just gonna cut her ears off. That'd make them talk. Maybe not hear so good, but they could still talk all right.
Fawin says, by the way, those animals, the big lizard things, were there two of them alive when you first showed up? Or just with the one?
Nah, just the one. Goblin said they killed the other. I don't think they could. I think that thing just fell off the steps or something.
Had no idea how it got there.
Nah, it's not mine, isn't.
What about those dead hobgoblins? What do you know about them?
Hobgoblins?
Yeah, the ones in the pool by the turtle.
Yeah, there's been hobgoblins out in the woods lately. Causing problems. Here they nicked a few of the fellows for the timber company. Cut them up right good, too. Yeah, you know those hobgoblins. Either you hire them or they get to pay another way. I guess you'd know all about that, wouldn't you?
Yeah, maybe I would. What about those undead? The skeletons wandering around up there. Did that mortuary lady have anything to do with that?
I don't think so. She's all like, oh, stop playing with the dead ones, Kelmet. Stop that. That's inappropriate. The gods will punish you, Kelmet. They don't need gold teeth anyway.
Boddy is taken aback at the vileness of this little creature.
You're a hobgoblin.
See, he says, right, well, Paul, I ain't got no more questions for him.
Yeah, I can't hardly even talk to him.
I thought maybe this went deeper, but he's not letting on.
No, I think he thinks the ring is a treasure piece.
Yeah.
I don't think it is. I think it's something more.
We'll have to find out when we go down there. Still have the book? There's the book.
Oh yeah, still the book.
Is there anything on him in the book?
I mean, there were like a couple comments like, Kelmet, idiot, screwed up, you know, a couple places. You get like a line scratched out.
A note
Something else written.
overarching plans.
Yeah.
So as you're walking, I guess, down the street toward the general store where the mails are, you hear a call and down the way.
Oh, hey guys, how's it going?
It's Plame.
And Plame comes walking up.
You're not bleeding anymore.
I got better.
Does Fawin notice the alcohol on his breath?
Everybody says, you look like you're still a little bit cleaned up there.
Oh, you can take a look if you want. It's not bad. Lim was at the tavern and we had a talk. and some drinks, and I feel quite a bit better.
Good. Later, when we have a little time, we'll take a look. We're about to go down and check and see about these items and see if they can figure out what they do. And get some nails.
Plame will say a goblin, kind of just softly.
Hey, I'm sorry. I didn't really doubt your ability to do your healing. So that was just my bad. So I want you to know, I think you're right here. So if we have time later and you want to take a look at the last little bit there, it's not bad, but before we go back to the castle, it might be good to be in the best shape we can be.
Right, I agree. Now, I know that I'm just learning how to do some of this for real instead of just patching people up to get tortured, but we'll give it a try. I don't begrudge you being cautious. I promise, I'm not trying to hurt you.
I know. I have faith in you.
Right, well, that makes one of us.
So, where are we going?
Well, the halfling's completely unmanageable. He's just terrible. Bad attitude, not helpful, snarky answers.
So then Plame looks at us.
Yeah, I kind of peg him as a half-hole myself.
Buddy says, yeah, that furry-footed felon is the worst thing I've ever come across. There's something around him. I think he's hiding something still, but I couldn't get out of him.
Plame kind of looks at the body and smiles really big and says,
maybe he just needs the right encouragement. I'll stop by and have a conversation later if we have time.
Boddy is not disagreeing.
Fawin stays quiet, but her head might be slightly imperceptibly nodding yes.
Mm-hmm. Might as well, let's move on. We've got to get some nails for Stagrum, and I will need to check on Inara, make sure she's still okay.
Is there a break in the rain but still overcast and dreary, or is it still raining on us?
Also, it's a bit of a break because you guys are standing out in the street right now.
Yeah. So, very good. So Plame, we're headed to go see if we can figure out some of the enchantments on a couple of these items that we have.
I think that's a good idea. They may come in useful before we go back down.
Yeah. And then Boddy needs to pick up some nails, and also...
like, nails?
I don't know, something for Stagrum, I think he said.
Yeah, Stagrum wants some.
Maybe he chews on them, I don't know.
Wouldn't doubt it. The man's made us some hard stuff. Still not know if I trust him 100%, but he hasn't killed us yet.
But then again, neither has the word, and I don't trust it.
No.
That's the DM saying that.
Oh, speaking of Wargy, we should probably bring Wargy something to eat.
Yeah. I figure we stop by the tavern kitchen first before we go upstairs and
There you go.
see if we can get some bones.
Maybe it'll be after...
We can go get Wargy, take him to the cell, and kill two birds with one stone.
Have him gnaw off the halfling's legs. Here's your bone.
Fawin is considering this. This is...
No. We can't ask him questions if he's dead.
Fawin and Plame both stop walking and look at each other, and then Boddy just kind of keeps going.
Boddy says we can't keep him. He literally says we can't keep asking him questions if he's dead.
And Plame looks up at Fawin in a very happy way, says,
If only we had someone who had, experienced keeping people alive.
And he winks. Nice. Boddy says, no, don't forget, we found out that there's some connection with the mortuary lady.
Yes, we'll have to explore that too. Like there's puzzles within puzzles here, but I'll keep looking at the book later. So,
all right, you guys are heading to Shaylin's Smile. Yeah, so from Caden's Keg, it's a short walk down the block, and then you head over Breach Creek, and then there it is on the far side of Breach Creek, right across from Pisandi Brothers, and just down the block from Morta's Mortuary.
oh,
Yeah, seen it.
huh.
all right, so we walk into the
Shaylin's Smile.
Shaylin's Smiles.
Yeah, you walk in and you see that the building is split in two big wings. To one side, you see it's like a small statue of Shaylin with her a goddess with like multicolored wings, I believe, like a human female, multicolored wings, and she's holding a glaive in one hand, and it looks like a some type of tool or brush in the other. She is goddess of creativity, artists, mages, all sorts.
And love, I think.
Yep. Yes, also love.
Passion.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Freedom.
Oh, I've forgotten freedom. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, she is one of the major goddesses of Aveston. Anyway, that wing where she is standing, you notice that there are paintings on the walls. There are carvings across like the baseboards and in the pillars. You see small statues set on shelves. Like every square inch, even the ceiling itself has been painted or carved or inlaid. Like every square inch has been worked over by some artisan or another. To the other side looks like a more normal building, just a large hall with a series of offices down it.
Is there no receptionist?
As you walk in, you're actually greeted by a woman who seems to step out of the portraits. Almost.
Oh.
That's cool.
Yeah. She's a tall elven with the long ears, shining gold hair, sky blue eyes, in the most magnificently embroidered robes. Sartorial splendor is really the word that comes to mind.
Oh.
Plame's going to quietly sigh. Another elf. But then he's going to smile and say, "Hello, noble lady. How are you?"
I'm quite well. What do you seek here at Shaylan Smiles?
We have found some things in our adventures, but we need a little bit of aid to figure out what they are. In his most charming, diplomacy-laden manner.
Roll me a diplomacy check.
Ooh.
23.
Mm-hmm. Very charismatic.
She
Very
kind of
busy.
smiles at you and says, well, allow me to introduce myself. I am Tarandara Valendel. I am guild president, I believe is the proper title, though I try not to be so formal.
Plame will look at her and say, lovely name, lady, lovely name. Would this be a service to identify these items that maybe your guild could provide?
Of course, we have a fair number of casters among our artisans.
Lovely. If I may be so crass, how much do you charge for such a service?
So I'm going to say it's 3 gold for a first, so a gold for a cantrip.
That seems fair.
Let me try. Since I've leveled up, my arcane went up.
Plame's going to continue chatting with the elf, and she tells him it's a gold.
That is a reasonable price, but I was thinking maybe we could work something out. There may be items that we have no use for that we could possibly exchange for the services.
A most reasonable proposition, depending upon the item, of course.
And he looks at Fawin and says,
What do you think about the cat?
Oh, I thought you meant Mesmer. I was like, whoa. Come on.
You're familiar, huh?
Yeah. It looks good.
And Fawin does the same. Fawin has a millisecond of pause and like, the jade cat, yes. And then pulls out this jade cat figurine. We are pretty sure that it adds dexterity and grace, especially to someone in an emergency, like if they happen to tumble.
I think we identified the jade cat, didn't we? Yes. It's the crystal we don't know about.
Yes, right. And so by placing that on the table, she's saying, we know what this is, and this is one of the things we might trade.
Boddy says, let me try one more time on that crystal.
Go for it.
14 plus 7 is a 21.
So that's a potency crystal. What you do is you mount it to your weapon, and when you activate it for 1 round, you basically have the magic weapon spell.
and then is it used?
Then it's used.
Then
It's
it's gone.
consumable.
Boddy says, all right, and he explains to you guys what this does. He goes, this is like that spell I cast on Inara's sword.
We should keep it.
Well, I can cast a spell, and it lasts for a minute. This lasts only for 1 time.
Yeah, I think maybe we're going to get that ring on Inara's sword, so maybe the gold would be better.
You guys understand weapons better than I do.
The elf does kind of raise the brows. I could find a buyer for that. I would offer you a couple gold.
All right, let's go here. So this is what the diplomacy has been being used for. Mm-hmm. So I influence the negotiation of flattery. I make an impression. If I succeed, the target's attitude towards me improves by 1 step. And if I critically succeeded with that roll, it would be 2 steps.
What's the DC?
Attempted diplomacy check against the will DC of the target.
Okay.
So I think I rolled what did I say? I rolled a 16, 20...
23.
23? So a will DC against that 23.
Okay. There are a 1-step improvement.
Mm-hmm. Which then this is up to you, but 1-step improvement will improve the cost of what they will offer to buy the items by some number.
Maybe from friendly to help.
Maybe from, like if it's a 4 gold to buy it, she might go to 3 instead of 2.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
It'll go to like 75% instead of half.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So look through, and then we talk about the jade cat. Do we want to really want to sell the cat as well? Not Mesmer, the jade cat.
Yeah, every time we say sell the cat, you see Mesmer's ears like flat back. He just gives you the stink eye.
Don't worry, Mesmer. I like you. No, I won't make cat stew out of you, I promise.
Does the lady want to make an offer on the jade cat?
Of course. She will offer you 4.5.
Ooh, yeah. Playing with the freaking diplomacy check.
That's right. Just gotta be nice to people.
And she looks at Fawin. Looks back at Boddy.
So that's 7.5. And we have 4 dark elixirs and 1 unknown elixir. So we could come out of here with a 2 gold piece profit if we ask her to do that for us.
Well, let me try to identify those potions too.
Yep.
Yeah, go for it. 4 dark elixirs. So if they're all the same thing.
They're all the same color?
I think so.
Yeah, they all look identical.
Well, Boddy will give one a try and see what we can figure out. 12 plus 7 is 19.
Yeah,
It says,
like.
Right, so all 4 of these are lesser dark vision potions, help us see in the dark. Right, well, Plame and I can already see in the dark. He looks at Fawin and he says, you thought one of these was different?
Oh yeah, not that one. Those are obviously black, but this dark green one over here.
Boddy's like, well, I'm on a row. Ooh, that's going to be 15.
That is a lesser cheetah elixir. And basically what it does is it gives you +5 to your movement rate for 1 minute.
That's interesting.
+5. How much are all these potions worth?
The lesser dark vision are worth 6 gold pieces apiece, but those could be super handy if we want to be sneaky and let Inara and I each drink one.
And the cheetah elixir is worth 3.
Boddy looks at all 5 of the potions and says, well, I've got no use for these myself. I can cast a spell on myself to make myself faster. I already have dark vision. And he just like slides him down the carriage toward you guys, saying, you all decide what to do with them. The gold's nice, though.
Plame, I think we should keep these dark vision ones, especially for Inara and I.
Yeah, and Noah could probably enjoy that speed one too.
Come in handy.
Or Plame. It's always good to be fast.
Plame will go ahead and say, here, you'll take a dark vision potions. You can give Inara hers when she's feeling better.
Yes. What is it, almost noontime now? Hopefully she's woken up by now.
Yeah. And then Plame will go ahead and take the cheetah potion.
And we sold the
Jade cat and
the potency crystal.
Boddy gives Plame directly. He says, well, you should have these 3 gold. That's how much we got for your chain shirt.
And Plame will give you back 2 gold and say, I got the leather armor out of this, so I think we can just take 1 and call it even.
Okay. So Boddy, we had 7.5 gold. He'll take 2 gold for the bow and arrows. We can give 2 to Inara and 2 to Fawin then. Boddy will keep Inara's for now and give it to her when he gets back to the room.
All right, so Plame will take the cheetah's elixir and he'll put it in his pouch. And then he'll take 1 gold and 5 silver.
already.
If any other items we want to sell or trade in or buy, it wouldn't hurt to buy some healing potions.
They will gladly sell you healing.
That's true. We should probably buy some because Fawin is all out. And she didn't take time to make one this morning.
Oh, true.
Potions are expensive, though.
They are so expensive. 4 gold pieces for a minor and 12 gold pieces for a lesser.
Fawin has 20 gold pieces. She'd be willing to buy 3.
Plame will ask the elven lady if they have any like small healing potions here for sale.
Of course.
And again, not crass about the money, but how much do you charge for the smaller, the lesser healing potions?
Normally we charge for about...
Me flashes that smile. Or,
roll me another diplomacy check.
22. And he'll say, we are the group that the council had to go and help them with that little issue with the fire, and we helped out some goblins. We have a little bit more work to do up there, so any discount you could give us would be well appreciated, and I think would bring benefit to the town as a whole.
Out of kindness to you, I suppose I could let them go for 3 gold pieces apiece.
Thank you, most noble lady. It is appreciated.
Boddy slides Plame 6 gold pieces and says, "Get one for me and for you."
So then Boddy and I'll each take one more as well. Shall we take our leave of this lovely establishment and go get the nails for Alec?
Yeah, sounds good to me.
I need to pick up some crossbow bolts as well. I need to refill.
You can head back across town to Quarters and Bits.
Is the halfling still there?
Of course.
Plame will. If he
Matter of fact, he takes one look at you and says, "Sir, I see you are an accomplished warrior. Stalwart, hard to remember there was one, but I see you're wearing this simple leather armor. I, myself, have recently come into possession of a beautiful shirt or chainmail.
Oh, I
worn
it,
by an accomplished hero who's done many great deeds, and no doubt, his power and luck will rub off on you, sir. I can let you have it at a very reasonable price."
I appreciate it, but I just got this nice leather armor myself, and in fact, I kind of think I may have tossed away my old beat-up chain shirt.
Fawin says, "Plame, you should at least look at it."
You see Boddy behind the loft, his ears folded down, his eyes narrowed, like, what in the world am I watching?
And then Plame smiles, and he pats him on the shoulder. I kid. We are here to buy some supplies, but we are good at least. I don't know if anyone else wants armor, but I just need some crossbow bolts if you happen to have any.
We happen to have the finest crossbow bolts in the region, sir.
Ah, very nice, very nice. I can see the
price. It's positively
looks around the store and like, I can see this seems to be a fine quality establishment. I am sure your crossbow bolts will be of the highest quality. Do you happen to have a bundle?
Of course. And then he'll keep that and kind of refill his quarrel, and then he'll go, also, I have a slightly odd request. Do you carry nails?
Of course.
Oh, perfect. Hey, Boddy, how many nails did Stagger want?
Not sure. I think a handful would be funny.
Okay, how about a pound of 10-penny nails?
I have no idea what the cost is. I'm going to charge you a silver.
Cool. Boddy will pay for that.
Okay. Do either of y'all need anything here?
Do we have any torches?
I have 4 torches. Okay, a torch, but I still have 4.
Okay, bring it.
Boddy, in case I need to set a fire.
Boddy leaves immediately with the nails for you guys on purpose.
The halfling does look to you and say, "Noble lady, you need accoutrement appropriate to one of your status and beauty. Might I recommend my good friend at Crimsonwood Furs, just down the street. Be sure to mention my name. He'll give you the good price."
Crimsonwood Furs.
Yes.
Very good.
Oh, they sell far more than furs these days. It's quite expanded from the old days.
Plame's going to abandon you too, sorry. He's listening to you talk, and he takes a step and a step and a step. He steps out the door, he's gone.
My companions seem to have slipped off. They're probably going to get lunch without me. Thank you. Goodbye. Plame, you just left me there.
Oh, sorry.
You seem to be busy talking and yeah.
Is there a butcher shop on the way back? I even stop by and get a wardy stack.
There isn't one marked on the map, but there would definitely be one in a town this size.
Sweet. Yeah, Boddy stops by the nearest butcher shop, checks around back, sees if there's any like bones in the refuse barrel.
Well, I'll have you know this city has ordinances.
All right. So he goes inside. There's no refuse barrel on the back. It's like, listen, I'd like to buy any like bones, offal that you're gonna get rid of.
Give me a diplomacy check.
Hobgoblins love my diet.
They're like, what in the heck? You want that diplomacy? I rolled 18 on the dice, my big old bonus of 0. Gives me 18.
Well, sorry, just this guy, he comes to work, he's just doing his job, he looks up at the hobgoblin and says, hey, have your bones. What?
It says, it's for a wolf, a dog that I'm feeding for a friend.
He kind of stares at you a little bit, goes, all right. He comes back with, I don't know, something that's wrapped up in like some old burlap. Says, it'll be a copper.
Boddy says, how about I give you a silver, and if I can come back and get whatever I need for the next week or so.
All right, that sounds good. We don't need to tell the boss.
It's awful anyway. Nobody cares. Like, Boddy takes his wrappings full of nasty, gross meat, and he heads back with a handful of nails and a handful of meat, and he heads back to the tavern.
I'm assuming we meet him in the party room.
Probably catch up with me like as I come out.
Yeah, you probably catch him as he's coming out of the butcher's.
Yeah, he's like, oh yeah, good enough for the halfling, did you?
I see you got dinner. And he kind of looks over at it.
But it says, right, nailed it.
Oh, it's for Wargy. Never mind.
Yeah. I mean, you can share this plenty.
The pork stew's probably better anyway.
And Boddy says, I made a deal with him. All this refuse and what they call trimmings, we can have for the rest of the week. I'll just come by and get what I want.
All right. Yeah. So you meet up with him. You head in. Brienne behind the bar kind of gives you this odd look, kind of tilts her head as you see walk by with this
bloody
drippy
sack of
bag.
bread.
Yeah. Nudges glimpses. See that down at WG, do you?
Boddy looks behind him at the floor and he sees the trail and he kind of just mumbles to himself and casts prestidigitation and cleans the blood up that's behind him. Sorry about that. And he goes upstairs.
So you head upstairs?
Yep. And Plame's going to walk in with the rest of them and look at Stagger and it's like,
How's the Inara doing? Is she look like she's feeling any better?
Yes, when I thump her in the ear, she cusses at me now.
You don't have to thump her in her ear for her to cuss at you, I'm pretty sure. But, I'm thinking back on that battle with the lizard and, her just charging in with no hesitation. Bravest thing I think I've seen in a long time. So I really do hope she gets better soon. And he kind of reaches over and pats her on the shoulder. And then his eyes change color to this dark amber. And we'll find out what happens next time.
Wayfinder Legends is a production of Render RPG, LLC, and all original characters and artwork are the property of the respective creators. The Age of Ashes Adventure Path was originally produced by Paizo Publishing, and all Paizo characters, titles, and artwork are used with respect under the guidelines of the OGL and ORC gaming licenses. If you like what you've heard, join the party at patreon.com/renderdnd. You'll get additional content, Discord access, quarterly gifts, and more. Join the party at patreon.com/renderdnd.
So when we clink and the drink from the good draught, do you want to raise my hit points again?
Yeah.
Emotional healing too.
See? Alcohol. It has all kinds of uses.
No. Not the answer.
I mean, Inara would agree. She did set fires and spiders. She did wash out a wound.
Is Fawin healed up now all the way?
Yeah. She hasn't taken any damage wandering around town.
Yep. Yeah. Look like Plame.
Unlike everyone else.
Plame's like getting wrecked. Just
one
miss.
One miss saving throw.
That's all it takes in Pathfinder, dude.
Yeah,
You will die.
Could that have killed him? The trap he hit?
Oh, yeah.
Let's see, it was 8 plus 3, so 27 max, and he has 28, so he'd have survived.
Wasn't healed all the way, though. I was at 27.
Yeah. So, yeah, you'd have been at 0.
No, 0. You'd have been out and bleeding to death. You've been bleeding out.
Yeah. Roll those stability checks with no one around. We could have come back and found Plame.
Plame, like, oh, there's a murderer, and we would have, and like, we're like, let's go get him. And
yeah, because it resets.
So he said, no. What do you find? You Plame land in the doorway, and it opening, and then closing, getting speared. Closing, getting speared.
Grinding him up like hamburger meat. Poor guy.
Let's do that because it'd be emotionally easier than what we just said.
Yeah, no kidding. That's less damage. Emotional damage. Well, I just turned everybody's gain down.
Yeah, we're all a little too hot. You know what I mean?
What? Oh, it's how much we can.
It is a fantasy game. He hasn't made any so far in this whole thing. Okay,
he's like, I need to go get burgers from Norway.
And we'll stop by Thorburger after I get on.
Yeah, man, I'm hungry.
Give me some
chicken strips.
Yeah, some onion rings.
This guy's a nasty little cuss, isn't he?
He is just bad attitude and terrible.
Sorry, the hard part is going to be an edit or not.
Characters, he's despicable.
The GM is walking a tighter rope than Plame.
I love it. Yeah. Didn't need no gold fillings anyway. Good Lord. Lesmer is like probably tired of our BS.
I get decided if he glares at Plame or purrs with Plame.
I was like, it's okay, Goblin, I'll kill you first.
And that was orange, right?
Yeah, that's the orange one.
Yeah. The Cheeto elixir.
Cheetah.
Only bad thing that stains your fingers.
Mm-hmm. That's the one.
Damn, the finest warg hide cloaks.
How much for a warg? I mean, like, you know, if I brought one in,
like dead,
it could be.
Would you?
All right.
Better than rat meat.
It is. Well, yeah. Doesn't matter taste. Like, doesn't matter opinion.
Speak for yourself, Hobgoblin.
You've never had Warble's famous rat stew. It'll blow you away. It's a little spicier than the cat.
I've heard tale of it.
Spaghetti.
Hello, commoners. It's Fawin, and I would just like to remind you that the best service you can do is to like and subscribe, and, of course, if you're worthy, join the party.